So I was just recently asked, what is the difference between pipe tobacco and cigar tobacco? Well, there's actually, too much. Pipe tobacco is usually cut into fine little strips and pieces so it can be packed into the bowl of the pipe better. Whereas cigar tobacco is whole leaves, and then it's concertinaed together, the binders and fillers inside to make the cigar. That's concertinaed is basically squished together. So those are two of the main differences. Pipe tobacco per gram has less nicotine than cigar tobacco. So one of the things that I love about cigars is that they're handcrafted. Okay, your premium cigars are going to be handcrafted. Pipe tobacco is not going to be handcrafted. It's not going to be put together like this. It's just going to be cut into fine pieces so it can fit into your pipe bowl. You have to constantly light pipe tobacco in the pipe. Cigars, if you're doing it right, will burn very evenly and very nice all the way through. You see, there's quite a bit of differences between pipe and cigar tobacco. Unless you're talking about a cigar that's got pipe tobacco mixed into it. Steel Bowl line comes to mind. Great cigars. Oh, great. Very aromatic. We already know that though, right? We've talked about that. So no, pipe tobacco and cigar tobacco are not the same. They differ in composition, preparation, and flavor. Burley is a type of tobacco that is used probably the most in most pipe tobacco mixes. Cigar tobaccos are going to have a stronger flavor to them just because of the fact that you're taking a draw every few minutes and you get a lot of plumy smoke. Pipe tobacco isn't going to do that. They definitely burn differently. This is burning differently right now versus if I had a pipe. I'd probably be lighting it every few minutes. And of course your pipe tobaccos are going to generally be sweet, a lot sweeter than your cigars, mainly because they use natural sweeteners. Yeah, so those tobaccos that are naturally sweet like that with berries and cherry berry, honey, things like that, corn syrup, it's compressed together in the pipe tobacco, and then of course you stick it in a container, and that's how it's aged. You seal it up tight and let it age. Way different than cigars. Tobaccos are air cured, and in that process they build up natural sweeteners. Cigar tobacco is also air cured, and it's usually in a barn. We're talking broadleaves here, dark, thicker, sun-grown tobacco leaves cured at about 150 degrees. A lot of other cigar tobaccos can range anywhere from even 60 to 105 degrees. And the curing process there's a lot of science to it. You got to get that relatively humidity up to even like 75% for like the first 20 some days, close to 30 days. But yeah, it's a definite science to make these things special. So the tobacco is collected together in large quantities and put into what they call pylons. And that natural process with the heat causes the enzymes in the tobacco to ferment. Or you can use a kiln, and in that kiln, you use heaters and humidifiers that does the same process, causes the enzymes from the heat in that tobacco to cause the fermentation. There's also moisture added to the tobacco leaves in this fermentation process. That's interesting. That is one of the most important parts in cigar tobacco, is the fermentation process. So, to be honest with you, pipe tobacco and cigar tobacco are actually cured and fermented in a lot of the same ways. And they go through that process for a couple of years to make these tobaccos taste so great. So basically, pipe tobacco versus cigar tobacco is how they are cut and processed that makes them different. That process makes them taste different and have different flavors. So this is just all good cigar talk. There's a lot more to it. I am going to be buying a pipe and doing some pipe smoking. I think it's pretty cool. But my first love, and always will be, are these premium cigars. You make me feel so good.